This gold stack you see here is worth $419,003. I paid around $267,284 for it. I've been buying gold since 2018, but in 2022 and 2023, I went all in with this purchase. I got pretty lucky with the timing. In less than 2 years, the value of this stack has gone up about 56%. That's an increase of $151,559. In this video, I'll walk you through the whole story. Why I went big into gold, the exact bars I own, my thoughts on whether it's still a good time to buy, and how I buy and store gold. Just to be clear, I'm just sharing my experience, not giving financial advice. Now, let me show you exactly what you're looking at here. This is 123.2 troy ounces of gold. And just so you know, 1 troy ounce is about 31 grams, slightly heavier than a regular ounce. This entire stack weighs about 8.4 pounds, or 3.8 kilograms. Imagine holding a big laptop in your hands. Now, imagine that laptop is completely made of gold. This gold stack comes in two forms: 91 1 ounce bars from Arger Heraeus and 10 larger 100-gram bars from Valcambi. As I'm creating this video, gold is trading at $3,401 per ounce. At that price, this entire stack is worth around $419,003. That's over $151,559 more than what I paid. Now, you might be wondering, why did gold go up so much? There are three main reasons. One, central bank purchases. The institutions that control entire countries' currencies have been buying gold like it's on sale for a 90% discount. Think about this. The people who literally print money are buying gold. Two, geopolitics. Wars, trade fights, political tensions. When people get nervous about the future, they buy gold. It's been that way for hundreds of years. Three, inflation. This one doesn't need much explanation. You experience it yourself every day. Put these three reasons together and you get a perfect storm for gold prices. That's why the last few years have been so strong for gold. And I believe prices will go even higher. But here's the thing. For me, this isn't just about chasing profits. Let me take you back to how this whole journey started. I started buying gold for one simple reason: to keep my savings in a safe place until the right opportunity came along. By that time, I was reading a lot about the history of money, and one pattern kept jumping out at me. There have been thousands and thousands of paper currencies in history, and every single one of them eventually went to zero. Every single one. Even the US dollar, which I naively thought was bulletproof, had already lost about 98% of its value since 1913. That's when the Federal Reserve was created. Then I came across an interview with Ray Dalio that changed everything. He said, "Gold is a currency. We have dollars, we have euros, we have yen, and we have gold. If you're going to own a currency, it makes sense to own gold. If you don't keep at least a small portion of your portfolio in gold, then you neither understand history nor the economy." That quote hit me hard. It made me realize that gold is just another form of money, and the only one that has survived for thousands of years. Gold used to be money, and the only reason it stopped being money is mainly because they can't print it like they do with paper. That's when it clicked for me. Gold wasn't an investment. It was a more durable form of money to store my savings. But here's the funny part. I was actually scared to buy gold at first. Back in 2018, paying $1,300 for a single ounce felt expensive and intimidating. So instead, my first purchase was a 1 ounce silver coin for about 20 bucks. I bought one, then another. I'd carry them in my pocket and play around with them. There's something magical about holding real metal in your hand. It's solid, cold, and heavy. Every time I felt that weight in the center of my palm, it reminded me, This is real wealth, not just numbers on a screen. Naturally, I started wondering, if silver feels this good, how would gold feel? That curiosity is what finally pushed me to buy my first piece of gold. For the first few years, I was buying small amounts here and there. But then came my first major purchase in March 2022 for about $82,250. At that point, I thought I was done. I had a decent stack. I felt comfortable. But then something changed my perspective completely. I read Mike Maloney's book, The Gold and Silver Rush of the 21st Century. Mike made a compelling case for gold and how our current monetary system is destined to fail eventually. That book gave me the confidence to make my biggest purchase yet. In April 2023, I bought 85 small 1 ounce bars for about $185,000. But here's something worth repeating. Even with that big purchase, I never saw it as an investment. To me, a real investment is something you hold for 20 or 30 years. If you're buying in the hope it rises over the next 2 or 3, that's speculation. And yes, I was speculating that gold would hold its value better than paper currencies. The good news is, so far, that speculation has paid off. But what's my plan going forward? I plan to hold it for now, partly because of tax implications, but mainly because I still think gold has room to grow. I know some of you are thinking, but what if you had put that money in stocks or crypto? You might have made even more. And you know what? You might be right. Frankly, I haven't even checked how things would have been if I put the same money into stocks. But here's the thing, for me, gold isn't about chasing the highest return, it's about stability. It's about protecting my savings. That was my reason from day one, and that hasn't changed. Now, the big question I'm sure you're asking is this: is it still a good time to buy gold? Nobody can predict the perfect time to buy, but I can share how I think about timing. I ask myself a few key questions. Are we still printing money? Are central banks still accumulating gold? Do major currencies still lose their purchasing power because of inflation? Are there still tensions between major countries? If most of those answers are still yes, and right now they are, then I believe there's still uncertainty in the system. And when the future feels uncertain, for me, it makes sense to hold some gold. Now, the question is whether you should buy gold or not. Well, I can't decide for you. But if you decide to buy, then let me share with you the key lessons from my own experience. First of all, stick with small bars from well known refiners. Names like Arger Heraeus, Valcambi, Pamp Suisse, Perth Mint, Royal Canadian Mint. These are recognized worldwide. A legitimate gold bar will have 4 things stamped on it: 1, the weight; 2, the purity; 3, the refiner's name or logo; 4, a unique serial number. That's like the bar's passport. It proves authenticity. I prefer smaller bars, like these 1 ounce pieces, because they give you flexibility. If I need to sell some gold, I can sell a few bars instead of one big chunk. Think of it like having $20 bills instead of $100 bills. You have more options when spending. Yes, smaller bars typically have higher premiums. That's the amount you pay above the spot price to cover the dealer's costs. But that flexibility is worth it to me. Now, the question is where to buy. The best way is to look for established dealers with lots of positive reviews, transparent pricing, clear buyback policies. Don't just shop on price. Compare delivery times, customer service, and whether they educate you or just push high margin products. Pro tip: for your first purchase, buy from 2 different dealers. That way you can compare service, delivery speed, and overall experience. Don't ignore the online dealers because often they beat local coin shops on price, even when you factor in delivery costs. This is because online shops have lower overhead. Plus, when you order online, you can lock in the current market price immediately. Now, buying gold is only half the equation. You also need to store it safely. When storing, I focus on two things: accessibility and security. I keep a small amount close to home so that I can access it quickly in an emergency. But the majority of my stack is stored in a high security, insured storage that I can access 24/7. The golden rule of storing your gold is never keep it all in one place. Spread the risk. Make sure every location is secure and accessible when you need it. I've also created what I call a treasure map, a document with complete access details, and I've shared copies with two trusted family members. That way, if something happens to me, they'll know exactly how to retrieve everything. If you don't want to deal with storage, then there are online gold dealers that also store it for you, some even for free. For example, I use a Swiss company called Gold Avenue, not sponsored, by the way. Their site is super easy to use, and they give you free insured storage in Switzerland for up to 10,000 euros worth of precious metals. They deliver across most of Europe, but if you live outside Europe, you can still buy and store in their vaults. You just can't have it shipped to you. The best part for me is that I can sell back to them instantly at the current market price with no extra fees. I've been with them over 3 years. Right now, I have about 7,000 euro worth of gold and silver in their vaults. They've also got great ratings on Trustpilot, which gave me confidence when I was starting. If you want to check them out, I'll put a link in the description. Okay, some final thoughts. Gold has been my way of preserving wealth during uncertain times. Whether it's right for you depends on your financial goals. Sometimes the best approach is to start small and see how you like it. What I can tell you is this: in a world where currencies are losing value and uncertainty seems to be the only certainty, having 5 to 15% of your wealth in gold and silver doesn't seem like a bad idea. Gold is one of the best forms of money humanity ever created. It has been with us for 5,000 years. Every currency in history? Gone. Every empire? Gone. Gold? Still here. And when the dust settles, gold will still be gold. Will you have any?